As soon as the man sat down in the chair, the attendant shoved a dental grinder into his mouth and smoothed out all his teeth, then used a laser to remove his fingerprints. Finally, molten gold was used to tattoo a circle on the man's chest, completing the initiation ceremony into the Golden Circle. Only those who erased their identity information qualified to become a member of the Golden Circle. The Golden Circle was the world's largest drug trafficking organization to control all markets. Poppy had long planned to remove the obstacle of the Kingsman agents, and Eggsy was one of those agents. That night, the traitor Charlie found Eggsy under threat. Eggsy had no choice but to open the car door. However, Eggsy quickly pushed Charlie into the car, and the two immediately started fighting. The two were evenly matched in strength. Eggsy opened the car's hidden compartment, pulled out a gun, and aimed it at Charlie, only for Charlie's mechanical arm to block the bullets. The fight between them was fierce. Unexpectedly, the next second, the driver was accidentally killed, and the car lost control, crashing directly into a concrete barrier, flinging Charlie out of the window. 3 cars followed closely, surrounding Eggsy. Seeing this, Eggsy immediately activated the car's drift mode, pulled the handbrake, stepped on the accelerator, and managed to escape the encirclement. Just as Eggsy was about to drive away, the enemies immediately activated their car Gatling guns, shooting at Eggsy. Fortunately, Eggsy, with his superb skills, lured the enemies to the park. After receiving Merlin's permission to open fire, Eggsy immediately launched mini-missiles at the pursuing enemies.
No time to relax, the police are right behind.
As the police were about to catch up, Eggsy drove the car into an underwater base and then jumped into the sewer to escape. But what he didn't know was that Charlie's mechanical arm had activated itself. The mechanical arm connected to the computer and quickly stole all the Kingsman agents' information. Just as Eggsy was meeting his mother-in-law for the first time, 10 missiles precisely hit the Kingsman headquarters, wiping out the royal agents and even destroying the tailor shop. Only 2 people survived, Eggsy and Merlin, who was not in the database. According to organization protocol, they were prepared to initiate the Doomsday Protocol. The 2 then went to a tasting room and used the Kingsman badge to open the safe. Inside, they found only a bottle of whiskey, leaving them dumbfounded. Was the Doomsday Protocol just a joke by the founder? Disappointed, they started drinking, toasting to their fallen comrades, and soon finished the bottle. At that moment, Eggsy was drawn to a line of text at the bottom of the bottle. Following the address on the bottle, they arrived at a distillery, where they encountered their brother organization, the Statesman Agents. To their surprise, they even met Harry, who had long been presumed dead. A year ago, during a mission, Harry was shot in the head by Valentine. The Statesman Agents detected a low-frequency electromagnetic signal and found Harry lying on the ground when they arrived. Using alpha gel technology, they preserved Harry's brain and then repaired the damaged tissue with nanobots, successfully reviving him. The side effect was retrograde amnesia. On the other hand, Charlie, for assisting Poppy in eliminating the Kingsman organization, smoothly became a core member of the Golden Circle. Poppy even designed a higher performance mechanical arm for Charlie. Unseen before, this mechanical arm could casually pick up a bowling ball and throw it, creating a large hole in a wall 1 meter thick. And the creator of the mechanical arm was even more insane. Poppy, the biggest drug dealer in the US, to clear obstacles, used missiles to destroy the Kingsman's headquarters, and anyone who betrayed her would be stuffed into a meat grinder. Meanwhile, a blue rash began spreading globally. Merlin suspected it was related to the terrorist organization, the Golden Circle. That's when Poppy goes on a global broadcast. She claimed to have laced her products with a specially designed virus. The blue rash was just the first stage, followed by mania, paralysis in the 3rd stage, and eventually death. Poppy's aim was to use the lives of billions to blackmail the president into compromising, allowing her products to be sold legally. Otherwise, these people would only face death. Soon, the US healthcare system began to collapse, and cities fell into chaos. The US president, to alleviate public panic, outwardly agreed to Poppy's demands, actually send the army to pick up the addicts and leave them to fend for themselves. This would make him the first president in history to achieve a victory over drugs. Unbeknownst to him, this plan was transmitted to the Statesman organization through a listening device. The director, greatly angered, decided to dispatch agents to investigate the whereabouts of the antidote. Merlin, through a tracker on Charlie's girlfriend, heard their conversation. From Charlie, they learned part of the antidote was hidden in the Italian Alps. The director decided to send Eggsy and Harry to steal antidote samples. Accompanied by an agent codenamed Whiskey, they quickly reached the vicinity of the mountains. Harry took charge of the first floor's control room, while Eggsy and Whiskey looked for the antidote samples. With Merlin's help, they smoothly found the laboratory where the antidote was made. Just as Eggsy successfully obtained the antidote sample, the base's manager, Charlie, discovered him. Eggsy immediately turned to leave, boarding an escape vehicle. Watching Eggsy smugly, Charlie remained calm. He had prepared in advance, tampering with the cable car to set it to rotate like a windmill. The cable car spun rapidly, throwing them against the glass. As the cable car sped dangerously, Whiskey, in a critical moment, pulled out a high-voltage electric whip, burning a large hole in the cable car glass and severing the cable. The cable car rushed down the mountain, heading straight for a nursing home below. In desperation, Eggsy quickly opened Whiskey's parachute. Fortunately, the cable car came to a halt. After reaching their rendezvous point, they were unaware that base guards had followed them. To save Eggsy, Whiskey accidentally knocked the antidote sample from his hand. Whiskey then rushed out and quickly scuffled with the guards outside, resolving them in less than 2 minutes. When Whiskey returned inside, Harry shot Whiskey, leaving Eggsy shocked. Thinking Harry had gone mad, Eggsy quickly used alpha gel to preserve Whiskey, but they were surrounded by guards. Harry promptly took out a perfume bottle and threw it outside. After a violent explosion, the enemies instantly turned into blue statues, but the only antidote sample was shattered. Just as Eggsy planned to steal the sample again, the laboratory was blown up by Charlie, forcing them to change their plan. Fortunately, the Statesman agents successfully located the Golden Circle's headquarters. Meanwhile, Eggsy discovered that his girlfriend had also been infected with the virus, causing him great distress. They decided to fly overnight to the terrorist organization to find the antidote. On the plane, Merlin opened a case containing Kingsman equipment, and they immediately armed themselves. On the other side, Agent Whiskey woke up from a coma upon learning that they had left. He didn't hesitate to follow them in a fighter jet. The next day, Harry and the others finally arrived near their destination. They successfully avoided the traps on the mountain using a minesweeper. Just as they were about to enter the base, Eggsy accidentally stepped on a landmine. Merlin quickly took out a bottle of freezing spray, which could temporarily freeze the detonation device. As Eggsy and Harry were about to lie down, they noticed the absence of any sound behind them. It turned out Merlin had stepped on the landmine in Eggsy's place. He then instructed them to complete the mission while he stayed behind to attract the enemy's attention, eventually detonating the landmine and dying alongside the guards. Angered by their companion's sacrifice, Eggsy and Harry armed themselves and stormed into the base, ready to unleash havoc. Just then, a robot fired a rocket at Eggsy. In a critical moment, Harry appeared and used a rope to redirect the rocket back, saving Eggsy. Seeing the situation worsen, Poppy hastily instructed Charlie to take the antidote password box and leave. Eggsy immediately pursued, while Harry was blocked by Poppy's robotic dogs. Due to Charlie's exceptionally powerful mechanical arm, Eggsy was at a disadvantage, being steadily pushed back and beaten by Charlie. Just as Charlie picked up a bowling ball, Eggsy used a high-tech watch to gain control of the mechanical arm. turning the tide and defeating Charlie to secure the password box. Elsewhere, robotic dogs chased Harry into a beauty salon, where, unexpectedly, the dogs were not afraid of fire. Harry was thrown onto a chair by the dogs, but in a critical moment, he overturned a pot of molten gold onto the dogs, melting and destroying them. Eggsy and Harry then confronted Poppy, demanding the password. Despite her resistance, they injected her with the virus, and under its effect, Poppy finally revealed the antidote's password. As Harry was about to enter the password, he was suddenly ensnared by a rope, revealed to be Whiskey. Whiskey aimed to destroy the password box. Hopefully, all addicts will be eliminated. After a glance between Eggsy and Harry, Eggsy activated a powerful laser, allowing Harry to break free. They engaged in a fierce fight with Whiskey, who gradually lost and was eventually pushed into a meat grinder. The antidote was released, and drones were dispatched worldwide, saving countless victims.